It's another uncensored look at the world around you from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
You gotta have no morals when you're giving head.
Paula?
He seems like he's kind of an asshole, which is right up my alley.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the ugly truth.
Welcome to The Ugly Truth. It is episode 272. Ugh. I don't think I said on last week's episode, I said it was 271, so hopefully no one's confused.
I thought it was 270.
No, 271. This is 272.
Oh.
Okay, so really quick, you know, Daryl and I, producer Deb and I, we're really close to becoming empty nesters. Mm-hmm. And we are young to be empty nesters, really, when you think about it. We had all of our kids under the age of 30, and most people don't do that anymore. So it feels kind of weird to have all this time left. We're not even 50. And so it feels weird to have all this time left in your life to be doing stuff. But what happens when you're becoming an empty nester, you start thinking about all this stuff, and suddenly you start feeling old. And your conversations start to change because now you're not arguing about who's going to, take someone to soccer or swim practice. Now you're like, what are we going to eat? It's like, it's a very different, it's like reverse. We were never a couple without kids. So this is all new territory to us, and we're not 20. So it's a really weird feeling to have just each other to look at all the time. Because our last daughter, she's almost 18, and she has she has a social life of an 18-year-old. She's never here. So we're alone a lot. And the other day, we were sitting on the couch watching Silicon Valley because we love HBO shows. And so we were watching it, and then it ended, and we turned, and I stretched really hard, and like my whole body, I stretched out afterwards, and I got dizzy.
Oh, God.
And I said, this is really weird. I just stretched really hard and I'm super lightheaded and dizzy now. And he just stared at me. And I said, what? Does that not happen to you? And he's like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, well, maybe I'm getting old. Maybe my blood is thin and it's just not moving as quickly or something. He's like, I have no idea. Then we segued into, no joke, an almost 10-minute discussion about pharmacies. And how the pharmacy that I'm using right now is refusing to contact my doctor so that I can get Imitrex. And it has been a 2-month battle. And so I'm switching pharmacies, but I can't until I get a new prescription from my doctor. And he doesn't like writing prescriptions unless it's for a narcotic. And so we're having this discussion about how much we love this other pharmacy versus this other one. And I stopped dead and I said, this has to stop. And he said, what? I go, we cannot have this passionate of a discussion about medicine and pharmacies. We are not those people. We are not those people. We can't be like old people talking about the pharmacy pros and cons of medicine and pharmacy. No, that can't be us. Please. Let's go get drunk or something. Let's just do something that's not old. And so he's like, God, you're right. I'm like, we can't. And when we talk about going out to dinner, I said, we can't go out to dinner before the sun sets. Okay, we've got to go late, like normal people. We can't go to dinner at 5 o'clock. Okay, we have to go at 8, like normal adults.
8?
Well, whatever, Well, in Sacramento, 8 is late, actually. But I'm just saying, we have to remember that we are not elderly yet. We can't go to bed at 8:30 or 9. We can't be those people. Please, we're not old yet. We just feel old because our kids are all grown.
I think you guys should sell your house and buy a really cute condo downtown.
Oh, do you? Is that what we should do?
Then you can walk everywhere and,
Yeah, I don't know. It is a transition. And I'm not saying that I'm not looking forward to getting old, because the other option is to not be old and dead. So I would rather be old, and I'm looking forward to that part. But and then something will happen, we'll have incredibly hot sex, and I'm like, well, if this is empty nester, I'm all in. If this is what it's like to have no one in the house and being able to have sex whenever we want, awesome. And what's funny, it's like the other day, Malia decided to go to her friend's house after school, and then they were going to a lacrosse game. And so I said, hey, are you done with work yet? And he's like, yeah, am I? I'm like, well, because it's 4:00 and we have nothing to do and no one's home. And so we were like, yeah, let's go get laid. So we came upstairs to go get laid. And of course, the second that we decide, our daughter goes, well, I think I need to come home for a minute because I left my wallet and I need my sweatshirt. And I'm like, God damn it. Okay. So we had to wait. But still, that's a good problem to have. Having a hearty debate about what pharmacy to use is not where I want my life to go yet.
Right.
I'm not there. So we're having, I think I'm the one having the struggle. Daryl doesn't think that hard about things because he's a man.
I think you guys are just tweeners because I think, it literally in the next 5 years, I really believe you'll have grandchildren.
Oh my God, Paula.
I think that will keep you busy because you're going to be the type of grandparents that are going to have your grandchildren over like all the time.
I know. I will. Well, because the other day I was at home by myself and I was thinking, you know what? I could hold a baby right now. It would be so nice to hold a baby. And I don't know anybody who has one. I don't know anyone I know someone who will be having one, but it's not till the fall. Mm-hmm. And luckily I get to hold her baby, which is great. But I mean, that means I got to wait like 6 months before I can hold a baby. And so that's when I start going to the shelters and looking at kittens and puppies. Because I just need to hold youth. I need to see something new. You know how that is? Maybe that's why, maybe this is the midlife crisis that men have, and that's why they trade up for the younger model and then get the car.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think that you guys are just in this awkward phase.
Yes, I think so.
But it will work itself out because you'll start to have grandchildren or whatever. What are you going to go by, grandma or?
Oh my God, Paula, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Granny, grandma, Gammy.
I have no idea. I really don't know. I hadn't thought about it, to be honest with you. Actually, I did think about it and I'm like, God, grandma sounds so old. I don't know. And, these babies that we'll eventually be having, they're going to have like 6 sets of grandparents. So,
yeah, that's true.
Because some could have literally 4 sets of grandparents because everybody's parents got divorced and remarried. Oh. So there could be like a shit ton of grandparents. And so who do you dole out grandma to? Is that the number one spot? I have no idea. I don't really care, to be honest with you. They can call me Auntie Jamie for all I care. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's funny because like our mom to our
grandma.
Kids, she's grandma.
Yes.
But like Victor's parents, they're Meemaw and Pa for some reason.
That's a Texan Southern thing.
It's very Okie, Oklahoma type thing. So sometimes they just, make up names too.
Well, maybe I'll let the child decide.
Yeah.
I'll let the small child decide. And if I can, whatever they come up with, I will accept, and as long as it's not something dumb, then I'm good with it.
Something dumb.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. But I'm with you. I said, I feel like I feel personally like I'm in a holding pattern because although I'm a stay-at-home mom and my kid is still in high school, she still relies on me fairly heavily. And so it's not like I can just, I could be selfish and just drop everything and go start a new life. Or I can just wait until she's actually done needing a mom at home every day. And then I think I will feel better about it if I wait.
Oh, yeah.
But it is a weird time period to go, well, she doesn't need me as much as she used to. So what do I do with all this free time? Which leads me to the fight that Daryl and I got into yesterday.
Oh.
It was dumb, and I'm over it now, but I was really mad yesterday. We are the worst when it comes to doing laundry.
Yes.
I mean, I hate doing it. He hates doing it. Nobody likes to fold. We have a basket for our socks because no one wants to fold socks. So we call it the sock basket.
That's what we have too.
Yeah. And I know that there are some people in this world who go, I couldn't live like that. How can you not fold your socks and put them away? I get it. But we've never been those people ever. Even when we were kids, I don't think we had folded socks.
When you have 4 people in the house, well, at least technically I should say 3. Victor folds his own socks, but they're long and green, so everybody knows.
No one's gonna wear those.
No, everybody knows whose socks those are.
Exactly. So we had a sea of clothes to wash, and it had been a long time because I had kept up on the laundry. Like, there were no dirty clothes, and then suddenly every towel and sheet got dirty. I don't know how that happens, but it does. And so now there's piles, it feels like. So we separated all the clothes. Everything, was ready to go. And yesterday, the day that this happened, I ended up on the phone and I was doing a lot of work for the podcast and I was doing other things and I got distracted. And so no laundry got done. And so we're getting ready to go to bed. And apparently Daryl needed jeans for work, but he didn't tell anybody. And he's like, did you do any laundry tonight or today? And I'm like, no, I didn't get to it. Why? He goes, well, because I need jeans for work. I'm like, did you tell me? He goes, I told you. So now I'm like, what do you think this is, 1955?
Right.
I was mad. I got really, really mad. And normally I don't, but don't tell me to do your fucking laundry. Like, this is not who we are. And so he came downstairs and he had no idea how mad I was because he went upstairs to get jeans to wash. So he came down with this sad little pair of pants. And so I was just doing the dishes. I was angry cleaning, apparently.
Oh.
And he goes, hey, what do you want me to do with all of these clothes that you had on the there's a little counter on the bathtub, and I put clothes that aren't dirty yet that I haven't hung up. And there was like 3 or 4 things that he had in his hand. He goes, well, I brought these down because I thought they were dirty. I'm like, don't touch my clothes. I'm like, I will handle it. It's one more thing I haven't had time to do today. And he goes, all right. He had no idea I was mad.
That he had unleashed, basically.
He had no idea. And the thing is like, when it comes to stupid shit like that, I usually like get mad immediately. I'm like, don't you tell me to do your laundry. Who do you think I am, Sandra D? I'm like, I am not some domestic person. So he had no idea. He goes, okay, well, what happened right now? Like, he's like, what happened? I'm confused. 1 second we're making out in the parking lot and now we're in here screaming at each other. Like, what just happened? And I said, don't you ever tell me incredulously that I didn't do your laundry today. And he's like, I didn't say it like that. I go, really? How did you say it? He's like, I just asked. I go, really? You just asked? That's all you did? This is the reaction of someone who just wanted to know why my laundry didn't get done today while you were at work toiling? He's like, no. He's like, that's not why I asked. I go, well, then why did you ask? I would like to hear other than I don't know. Silence. Silence. But I don't know. I'm like, oh, yeah, you do. You know. You wanted to know why I didn't wash your fucking jeans. And he's like, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm sorry too. It was just so dumb. But I was furious. He's like, so a few minutes later he comes, he's like, please stop angry cleaning. Let me do the dishes. I'm like, get away from me. I am doing the dishes and I am not angry cleaning. And so then he's getting ready. He's like, I need to atone. Do you want me to get some ice cream? I'm like, I don't want ice cream. So anyway.
My God.
It's crazy, right?
I wish I could angry clean. Dishes especially.
I did. I angry cleaned the dishes. It was pristine in there. Oh, God. If I had been really mad, I would have shut off all the lights and gone upstairs.
Nobody does anything around here. I feel like I'm the only one.
Yeah, well.
And that's at best limited.
Right. So that's the fun of what's going on here.
So he basically wanted you to be June Cleaver, and
for a split second, he had the audacity to ask, essentially, what do you do all day? And I wanted to punch him in the throat really bad. Because then, I mean, I don't know about you or anybody else, but when you're a stay-at-home mom, there's a lot of guilt of having downtime. Like, you feel like you need to be busy all the time. And if you're not busy, you feel like you're being lazy. I should say that that's me. I feel like I'm lazy if I don't have every minute filled with something. The problem is that I will do that for a long time. And then suddenly I'm like, I'm literally waking up and cleaning all goddamn day or organizing or doing something domestic. And it's boring as hell. And that's no life.
Right.
And it doesn't end when everyone comes home to socialize with you, because now they just want food or clean sheets or, they want you to... There's no end to being a stay-at-home mom. Your day doesn't end at 5. You don't clock out. In fact, your day just picks up, phase 3 begins.
Actually, my day gets busier as soon as I pick up the kids.
Right. So I get really self-conscious, and so whenever stuff like, why didn't you do this today? Or, he has never said, what have you done all day? But, the indication is there, and so I'm sensitive.
I'm sure if he had asked, I need jeans tomorrow, can you wash these? It would have been no big deal.
Right. So when he's like, I'm only going to wash jeans. And I'm like, don't you put one clo of mine in that laundry. You wash your sad little jeans and nothing else.
See, I get angry then when they waste water, though, and they don't do like a full load of laundry. I'm like, well, if you're going to do a load of laundry, put other dirty things in there.
True. But I was making a point.
And then it's going to take forever to dry because there's just going to be one
thing.
Clink, clink.
I know. It's true.
Dryer.
It's true. So, that's the mental torture I put him through. But, it's really my hang up because I don't like having downtime. And when I do, if I'm not filling it with something that feels important, then I feel like I'm just a lazy ass. I'm not, though. I mean, I'm busy constantly, all the time. I never have downtime. Never. Yeah. So when I have like an hour to like work out or do something, I'm like, this could really be filled with doing other things, but I really need to like do this. But then I always have guilt about it. It's weird. It's too bad that being a stay-at-home mom has such a stigma to it, because it really isn't easy. It's really hard.
Well, and then there's just sometimes where, I know for me personally, I don't want to clean all day every day.
Me either. It's boring and I don't get paid.
I'll do the dishes, and I'll cook the dinner and I'll sweep all the dog hair and everything like that. But then, everyone comes home and they just trash everything.
It's true.
So I'm just like, well, forget it. What's the point?
And that's the thing. It's like, is this all my life is cleaning up after other people who have lives?
That's kind of true.
Like, is that it? This is not what I signed up for.
I think so.
And then the second I go, well, like I told you, things are kind of slowing down in the day-to-day parenting department. Maybe I can actually pick up my art again. Maybe we can double down on the podcast. Maybe we can do some other stuff. And then suddenly it's like, Mom.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess not. Guess not. Just when you think it never ends. So anyway, okay, so this is a really cool segment of the Paula's World. We do Paula's World on this episode, and it's always something cool or funny or whatever. You and I actually visited like in face to face. We actually saw each other last weekend, and it was really super fun. And it's so funny how we always recap our shows that we have done together. And you and I both thought of all this stuff that we meant to talk about on the last episode, the one about free passes. And then I had a thought about the Southwest Airlines thing. And we're like, we have to revisit this shit because there were stuff that we totally forgot about that we wanted to say that we thought were funny or important that we didn't get to say. So the first one is, we did the free pass episode and we kind of limited ourselves because we kept thinking of movie stars or celebs. We weren't really thinking beyond the obvious. And there's always like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot about that guy and that guy. So you said you had a couple additions that you forgot.
Well, I watch so much Food Network, and I'm just like, I didn't even think about the chefs that I have been in love with forever. Like on Chopped, there's Scott Conant.
Oh, yes. He's your favorite.
He's adorable. And of course, he's Italian.
He has a pompadour and an attitude.
He's so cute, though.
He is cute.
And he's kind of chubby. Not chubby, but he's just,
He's healthy and robust.
He's a pasta dish extra, maybe. And then
I don't have a problem with that.
this guy, I've just kind of noticed him this year, but he's really sexy. He's on Master Chef Junior. Joe Bastianich, I think is his name. And he's the bald guy on there.
Yes.
Have you seen him?
I have. I know exactly who you're talking about. And he's got very kind eyes.
He does, but he seems like he's kind of an asshole.
Yes.
Which is right up my alley.
Yes, you
And
love those.
I do. I love assholes.
I think
And
you...
so-
I also think that you love Italians.
You know what? And this is what I want to know. Like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Which came first, the love for the Italian or the love for Italians? I don't know.
Your choices in your personal life do not reflect what you actually really like, which is interesting.
Right.
But I don't know how many people actually do. Like, I find Latin men really sexy, but I wouldn't, and never in a million years will I ever marry one, because I know what they're like.
They cheat and you to be poor.
They cheat and they like to be poor. Yes, so I know they like to struggle for some reason. I don't know what that is. At least the ones I've encountered. But
Yeah. So
yeah.
for some reason, I do have a flair for Italians, but I don't know if that's because I had such an excellent experience with one.
Maybe.
Or if that's just like I wouldn't have guessed that some of these people were Italian. So I don't know.
You know what? I don't want to stereotype Italian men, because I've really never come across too many in my personal life. I really haven't, or ones that I can truly remember. I know some. They're very passionate people, and they're all about when they indulge. It's very sensual. Their indulgence feels sensual always, whether it's food or women or wine or their jobs. There's always this air of sexy to it. Always. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what their job or what their hobby or anything.
With these two chefs, sometimes the way they describe food, it's almost like they're talking about sex.
Or
And
a
I'm
woman.
just
I know.
I'm like, good God. I'm like, I'm getting a little heated here.
I mean, even the ultimate Adonis for you, Leo DiCaprio. I mean, we think about when he talks about Mother Nature.
Oh my God.
It's like his mistress.
I know.
I mean, he really loves it. He loves this earth and all things beautiful.
Yes, he
So-
does. Yes, he does.
Yeah. So, and it's funny. I think it was a comedian. They're like, when did chefs become sex symbols? Like, when did that happen? They're acting all tough, and I'm going to make fettuccine now, with my tattoos. And I'm like, I don't know when they became badass, but I'm okay with it. I mean, a man who can cook, it's pretty sexy.
You know
So-
who doesn't do it for me are
Who?
sports stars.
Oh, athletes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do love the baseball players. Okay. I forgot about Mad Bum. Oh my God. I forgot about...
Madison Bumgarner.
Oh my God. Yes. Top 5. No doubt. Ugh. He bought
He's
his
the
wife
catcher, right?
He's a pitcher. Of course he is.
Who's the catcher?
Buster Posey.
Oh, that's who. I do think he's cute.
He's too clean cut for my taste, but yeah, he's always got the nice, clean haircut. He's just, he's a good guy, I'm sure, but he does not do it for me sexually. I think he just does a lot of missionary. I don't know. He just doesn't seem like someone who can muscle you around a bit.
Yeah,
But
really. That's.
I would
too
never
bad.
say that to his face, but I'm just saying Mad Bum's a little more rough and tumble, in my opinion. And he bought his wife a horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he bought his wife a horse for their anniversary, and I'm like, that's the kind of guy I can get behind or in front of, whatever. He's got really big hands and arms, and I don't know.
Well, there you
He's
go.
a giant of yes, definitely my thing. So, all right, well, I'm so glad that we revisited this, because there were so many others we had completely forgotten about.
There was definitely some diamonds in the rough. We just
for
didn't.
sure.
We just forgot to look at the different categories.
We weren't thinking hard enough. What a shock. Okay, we thought we would discuss something that you found the other day, some memes. Now, we can't do all the memes because a lot of them require photos, but some of them don't. And these, okay, it's like, what does it say? It's naughty. It's about being a naughty girl, which you and I definitely are, because I laughed at most of these little sayings. So what's it called?
There are 35 memes for naughty girls, I believe. Or no.
35 memes that'll make anyone with a naughty side say amen.
Okay. And it's basically like, these are memes that, you know, life's too short to not admit that you're this person or you do these things if you're a naughty girl, basically.
Yeah, what it says, it's no secret everybody loves sex. Some like to hide it and some embrace it. And they tell everyone how good the last dick session we got was. And so now here's a real peek inside how we talk when we're literally not even podcasting. This is how we talk. We absolutely talk this way. We couldn't talk like this in front of our mother or anybody else, but we absolutely talk like this when we're talking about our sex lives. Even me, shockingly, I am not that prudy.
Yeah.
You think Daryl has to take a train to work for a reason? His legs are noodles. He can't do it. He can't drive. Please.
Okay, so my first one is me. I'm only meeting him to chill. Me to me. Shave your pussy just in case.
I have done that so many times. I can't tell you how many times. And then this one made me laugh because this has actually happened to me before. And I'll say to somebody, I'm like, well, I haven't shaved. I've said that to Daryl a million times. I haven't shaved. He goes, I am a grown-ass man. I do not care about your damn hair. And I'm like, all right. And then you throw your pussy at him. You're like, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. That's fine if you're okay with it. But yes, the chill. Yes, for sure.
Okay, so my next one is, it's weird how it's socially acceptable to put someone else's genitals in your mouth, but eating a Dorito off the floor after a few seconds is gross. What a fucking double standard.
It's so true. It is so true. This one made me laugh. I don't have that many toys anymore, but I used to. It says when he asks if you have any sex toys, I've got gadgets and gizmos plenty. I've got oozits and whatsits galore. It's like, take your pick.
Oh my gosh. See, I never incorporate sex toys in sex. I just never did.
I did. I went through a phase. I had more than one whip. I had dildos. I had elixirs and oils, warming liquids. But I got through that phase. It just wasn't. I think I was bored because it was with one guy specifically. I think I was just bored.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened.
I had a feather, a really big feather. But
oh, that's interesting. You know what? I did have a feather. I had some powder, and I put the powder with the feather on them because it tasted good. I did that. They didn't like the feather, but I'm like, can't you feel it? They're like, no, not really. I'm like, ugh. All right.
Spread your butt cheeks.
So true. Have you ever eaten you said you ate a guy's ass out once. I've never done it.
Yes, I have.
And I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they had found a YouTube video of how to eat a man's ass out, and explaining that the man needs to shower and get all the nooks and crannies, the part that makes your butt look like a star. Make sure you really get in there before you do that.
Well, duh.
Yeah, I was like, well, if you've never done it before and you want to do it, I suppose this is helpful.
You don't just go at it. You shower first.
Well, and definitely not right after you had dinner. Oh,
God.
Can you even imagine?
Okay, so my next one is, I hate playing Never Have I Ever because I'm a slut.
I saw that one and I agreed. I'm like, I don't ever want to do that.
It's true. I don't like that game where they're just like, put your fingers down, and I have like no fingers left.
I know. Oh, God. This one is true, actually. The one right after it says, I always hate when people tell me they hooked up. Like, did you guys shake hands or do anal? Like, I literally have no clue what you're talking about. That's totally me. I'm like, what does that even mean? What, you had dinner? You fucked? What? I don't get it. What? You gotta add some details.
You gotta clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Girls have 3 types of panties. Period panties, chilling panties. I'm about to get some dick panties.
Yes.
It's true.
This one totally reminds me of me because, I go to town whenever this happens. You got to have no morals when you're giving head.
It's true.
Like, you have to let it all go. If you want to do it right, you've got to act like you give 0 fucks about anything and you don't believe in God. You just got to go for it.
True. Yeah. It's like an out-of-body experience.
It really is. It really, really is.
Okay, when you want a big dick, but you want to keep your ovaries in place.
Paula, I have had scrambled eggs many, many times. And it is not pleasant the next day. But I remember the first time that happened. Okay, Daryl was on his way to work. And he's like, last night was amazing. I'm like, yeah, I'm having scrambled eggs for breakfast. He's like, oh, damn. And I'm like, yeah, seriously. It's like, I'm walking around with a heating pad on today.
Ow.
But it's a good ow because you heal. You start feeling better. So it's all good.
Okay, so my last one is life is too short to pretend you don't like getting choked during sex.
Yeah, you know what? I did go through the phase. Not a fan. But maybe I like the hair pulling, though. I can do that all day. So,
Hair pulling's good.
I love it. I'm good with it. You should be, too. Not everybody, but, it wouldn't be.
If you haven't done it, you should try it.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I also don't mind a spank every once in a while. But it's got to be hard. Nice and hard. Don't peter out.
Don't tap me.
Please don't be like, excuse me.
Yeah, right.
It's like, just freaking go for it.
Like you're looking for directions.
Right. Like, yeah, no kidding. This one made me funny. It's like, damn boy, you leftover pizza from last night because I was going to get rid of you, but now I'm kind of drunk and want you. That's the welcome sign of the booty call hall. That's how that goes.
God.
It's true, though. I was thinking about that the other day when I wanted to get laid in the middle of the day when there was nobody home, and I was like, Daryl, what are you doing? That kind of thing. Yeah. And I was like, empty nester, yes. But I was getting ready, and I was like, God, this feels so familiar. Getting ready in the bathroom to have sex, and at an odd time, and I was like, I remember literally when I was single and living in my little apartment, I remember getting myself all ready, shaved from head to toe, and then settling in to make the phone calls. Who's it going to be? Someone's coming over tonight. I'm getting laid. It was so weird. It felt the same, like that weird feeling like, all right, I'm getting laid. Who's it going to be?
That is so funny.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a couple of booty calls that I would call on a Friday night. And not both of them, 2 or 3 of them at the same time, but, whoever was available. I'm not ashamed of it. I loved it. I love that I didn't have a boyfriend and I just could call somebody instead. It was great. It's a great timeline. It's a great time in my life that I recall fondly. I don't want to go back to it, but I'm just saying that back then I was like, I just remember getting myself ready to go, all right, I'm having sex tonight. Who's it going to be? I loved it. I'm not ashamed. You shouldn't be either, ladies. Please, you did it.
Yeah, I mean, I just dated, so, but I didn't date for very long. I had,
Your tried and trues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of dating. I just was like, look, we have needs to be met, and, we're not marrying each other, so...
That's how most of my dates went.
Yeah. I mean, I never slept with anyone on the first date because that was usually the night I met them.
Yeah, no, me
But the second time, maybe.
The second time was always a blowjob, but...
Oh, God, I never handed those out very regularly. Not a fan. I would do it if I was getting it too, but only if I got taken care of first. I never afforded a guy a blowjob without any kind of reciprocal ever. I just couldn't do it. I'm like, what is this? No. And I've had guys try to pressure me into doing that. I'm like, nope, I get up. Nice meeting you. That's not who I am. I never, ever did that.
And
is
then
that weird?
The third date was usually sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agreed.
But that was my routine.
You had standards.
I had my standards, yes.
I really cannot think of one time where I slept with a guy on the first date. I probably would have if I wanted to, but I never did, and I never went to their place.
No.
I never did. It's like, oh no, you're coming to my lair. I'm not going to your cave. not into that at all. But, times have changed too. I think I would have done all right on Tinder in this day and age if I was young and single. I think I would have been all right.
Yeah, maybe. I don't really know. Gosh.
Yeah.
I just, the thought of it makes me sick. I don't even want to think about it. Just
really?
No.
You just don't. You're not in the hookup mode anymore.
Not really. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think Tinder is just for hooking up.
So you don't have to date?
Well, I don't know. I've never done it. I'm old. I don't, those days are behind me. I have just one solid lover now, which is good, but back then, I think Tinder would have been fun as a young single girl.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm talking about things I don't know anything about. It's like saying, "Oh, I love speaking Japanese." I have no idea. I literally have no idea. But given my social habits, I think Tinder would have been a good resource for someone like me. But who knows?
It's hard to say.
I would find the one guy looking for a wife and children. Just my luck. I'd find the one dude.
Sorry, I thought my nose was bleeding.
Is it?
No.
Okay. All right, naughty girls. Well, I think that's plenty naughty for that segment. Okay, so we have some H-Ugly and Awkward Moments of the week.
Good.
I've actually received several, so I'm kind of trying to keep them within the same subject material just so that there's like a theme.
Mm-hmm. Save the mom ones for maybe our mom episode.
Oh, I am. I have several mom ones as well, but these two were not. Here's the first one. It says, these are saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, essentially, is what these are, which I've done a million times, as have you. This one is, someone at work stole my Trevis tumbler. Now, a Trevis tumbler, they're really expensive, hard plastic tumblers that they're like $25-$30, but they just can go through just about anything. You can wash them, dishwasher, they just don't die, and they're really long lasting, and they're expensive. Someone at work stole my Trevis tumbler from the break room. A few of my coworkers and I were heading out to lunch, and I was venting about my stolen tumbler. I was so pissed. I lack an inside voice, and as we were walking out, I said, "Why would someone steal someone's cup? You don't know where my mouth has been. I could have had herpes." And right by the exit door is the conference room, and the conference room door was open, and everyone in there, including the CEO, saw me and looked as I ran out the door. And then it was funny because she had to indicate, "I don't have herpes, by the way," but you know what I mean. Like, yes, I know what you mean.
Oh, no.
I have absolutely said inappropriate things at work, and it's always in front of the most powerful person that works there, too. It's never not. It's never not the janitor. It's always someone that can hire and fire you. It sucks.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Well,
so I'm very sorry. I hope you found your tumbler, your non-herpes tumbler, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, hopefully word got around.
Showed up. Okay, so this one is funny. I was spending the weekend with a bunch of friends from high school, and I had a George Carlin book and was randomly reading from some funny quotes from when we were bored. So he was just reading out of a book out loud, funny quotes. George Carlin's hilarious, and I have read his book out loud, and they are very funny. So he quoted, "You never see an old midget." And then something like, "Hey, that's true. I haven't seen an old midget." That's what he said, this guy. And then I hear a sniff, and I look up to see the girl across from me starting to cry. The girl that I now remember has a sister and a father. They are little people. She got up and went to her room.
Oh my God.
A couple friends followed her for support. I felt like I accidentally told the girl that her family was going to die young. You don't see old midgets. First of all, we don't call them that anymore, so this is an older story.
Well, right.
You couldn't get away with saying that now, obviously.
What are the odds?
Well, I've done it. And he knew, but the thing is he remembered suddenly that this person had little people in their family when he read that. But why do we do that? Why do we accidentally like sabotage ourselves by saying things inappropriately? Like, I remember, God, I've done it so many times, Paula. saying something about someone who's in a, something about being in a wheelchair. And they're like, well, my mom's in a wheelchair. Oh, one time I was in the car with my daughter and a couple of her friends. And I can't remember what it was, but I had dated someone who was in construction for a short period of time. And I said, girls, never date a guy who's in construction. They're always dirty and they're always struggling for money. Because they literally, half of them get paid under the table, and it's not a secure life. And it got really quiet, and the one girl goes, my father's in construction. And I felt like such an asshole. I was like, well, except for you. It's just awful. And there was no way to back out of that. I had sealed my fate the way I said it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? I mean, anyone's father could be in construction.
I don't know. I was thinking, well, what I told her, I said, when I say that, I mean the guys that like dig ditches and, they're hourly and whatever. I just made it worse. She's like, well, my dad does that. And I was like, okay, I apologize. Of course they're fine. It's hard work. They are hard workers and they earn every dime they make. That is true. And she's like, mm-hmm.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
I know. And
there's nothing wrong with being in construction.
I know. It was a dumb thing to say. I know. I apologized a million times, but I still said it. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to be...
That's just something you tell your daughter. You don't say it to a group of girls.
My father's in construction. And she said it very meekly.
Oh, poor thing.
I felt like I was such an asshole. I am an asshole. I know. God, it was just the worst. Anyway, I think Herpy Tumblr wins.
Yes, I think Herpy Tumblr wins. Although the midget thing was really funny.
It was.
I think it was a bit of a tie, to be honest.
Oh, geez. Well, would you rather lose a job or a friend? I would rather lose a friend than a job. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it depends on how good of a friend they are.
Well, not so good. He couldn't remember that she had small people in her family.
Little people.
Little people, I meant. That's what I meant. And you know what? Just my luck, they would be construction workers too. On top of it. God. Well, we are construction workers. We work on a farm. It's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to drink now and shut up.
Yeah, really.
I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
No, we don't. Okay, so we'll move on.
Okay.
We'll hope everyone has a happy Wednesday. Keep shopping the Avon link and the Amazon link. That is definitely helping the show. So we appreciate that. And of course, you get the items that you want. For Amazon, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get it within 2 days, which is awesome.
Yeah.
If you're shopping Avon, you get a high quality product for reasonable prices. So that's, a good deal as well. If you want to just give money to the show and you don't want to buy anything, we have a PayPal link. You can, give us $5, $2, $10, whatever it is that you want to give. We appreciate that as well. Until next time, have a good rest of your week, and we will see you next Sunday. Bye. Bye.
Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.